Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you a very epic game of epic proportions, and that is over redundancy, a little too redundant for my liking, to be quite honest with you. And nonetheless, I'm just going to have to go through with this and cast this and introduce both players as I should. Now, I want to say this is my favorite Dutch Zerg on the planet, no lie. He comes from Holland. I'm not sure what city. It could be Groningen, it could be Amsterdam, but nonetheless, he's from Holland, and I'm going to go and introduce him to you guys as eXeHephaistas. And in the upper left-hand corner, spawning as our Canadian Protoss in the orange trunks, I give you none other than FXODesRow, showing up as DesBro. Now, I will confess something. I actually did cast this before. I just forgot to upload the video to YouTube. It just made me a little sad. Not actually doing it. I actually totally and completely forgot about it. And I ended up deleting it completely from my hard drive because my solid state drive is now getting at about 5 gigabytes of room, and that seems to be it. But anywho, the scouting probe is coming out for DesBro. Of course, we also have the forward pylon right down here. And let's see what this. Let's see what the probe here is going to see. All right, he sees a pretty standard-ish opening. No gas yet. Of course, this is perfectly normal. This is just to ensure that there's no 6 pool, but there is a pool here. And there we go. I mean, we just have Hephaistas going for a rather safe opening. There is no forge down just yet, so I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, there would be enough time to get a cannon rush going. But the fact of the matter is, I'm just not too... I've never been like ballsy enough to actually try that on the ladder. And here we go. Probe is now just blocking the hatch, kind of just throwing Hef off just a teensy bit. I don't know if Hef is actually microing this. He's not really microing the probe, or the drone. That probe is at almost red health, So that means 2 more hits and it would have died. But luckily we did have Hephaistas pulling back his drone just in time. The forge going down a teensy bit late. I want to say that, you know, with this kind of playstyle, it kind of leads me to believe that FXODesRow really doesn't have that much in terms of aim for cheesiness, and it looks like he sent a probe here by reflex, almost completely forgetting that there is no Xel'Naga Watchtower at this location in Wings of Liberty. I guess he's just a little too used to playing, what do you call that? Heart of the Swarm. And how could I forget that? I'm sorry, it's because I almost never play it anymore. Anywho, drone's coming down here, throwing down a hatch at what appears to be, I want to say it went down at 355. That's actually quite early. If we check the supply right now for Hef, let's see, subtract 2 supply from that, then it would have been about 18. That's actually quite the timely third hatch going down. And the only consequence with this is he does not have another queen in production. Just as I say that, he does correct me and makes another one. But I think that's perfectly acceptable by every means of the human imagination. And now we have the probe that we saw earlier taken down to orange HP, getting chased back into DesBro's natural. Of course, it will make it back safely. Ooh, but this poor Ling, it will not. No, Hephaistas is just sending this one Ling out here to get the tower. Maybe he's going to use these other Lings. No, he's just going to leave them here, make sure nothing leaves the base. Rather safe idea, I think. Excuse me. Third almost finished. No shenanigans, nothing special like that. And let's just see where things go from here. Alright. Of course, warp gate tech is on the way. That's perfectly standard. Drones being made, nothing but drones and nothing but probes at this point. There is one stalker on the way. Could use this in combination with the zealot to perhaps harass. Maybe kill a couple of drones in the process, but yeah. Just give it a teensy bit of time and we'll find out about that. Alright. Of course, we do have Hef now getting his gas. Not too sure as of yet because we don't see the Roach Warren, but with this, it kind of paves the way for just about anything. It does pave the way for Mutalisks. It does pave the way for a Roach Opener. We just have to wait and see what Hef's choice is, really. He is taking 2 more gas. There's one here. and one here. This is not Stefano style, so it could be something other than roaches, but we do have one evolution chamber on the way. Zergling speed also on the way, and of course the Stalker is hitting the tower right now. So we have DesRow with a teensy bit of map control. I believe he took, no, did he? He did not kill the Zerglings from earlier. He killed 2 of them, but not all of them. Anyway. 2 more Lings in production. And we see nothing but Overlords coming out. Plus 1 attack now on the way. So this is going to be basically a heavy gateway-focused composition that we see from DesRow. That much we can see. Wait a minute. Hold up. Is there enough room for anything to get by into the main here? If there isn't, then that's basically safe for DesRow. That won't let any Lings into his main typically. At least not destroying the gateways. Alright, and Hef's just a teensy bit oversaturated on his natural. Now's the time to pull a few drones and put them on the 3rd. Yeah, he's got more than enough drones right now, and here we go. It looks like Hef did elect to go with the Roach build. It's just now getting lair, or actually not just now, but it's been done for about 50-ish seconds. Actually, it's been on the way for 50-ish seconds, not done. Bleh. Okay. Here we go, Ling's finally catching onto that Stalker at the Xel'Naga Watchtower. And it looks like Hef's not going to have any of that. So he's just going to take the tower back for himself. Ooh, the Stalker gets away with 1 more Ling kill. I do want to point out that Hef does not actually have control of the tower at present. Not entirely important, but here we go. Hef does poke out. He does poke out, and he does see that there are 3 Immortals and a ton of sentries headed towards his side of the map. Basically, the focus of this composition is to keep both the sentries and the Immortals alive. Of course, keep every unit alive that you can. That's common sense. But the thing about this is, with the Roach composition that we see coming out and on the way right now, that's going to make it just a teeny bit difficult. Of course, the Lings are also in play to basically make the sentries burn force fields, and DesRow is basically moving out on creep now. Quite the brave move to do. He's putting down 2 forward pylons. There it is. Roaches getting caught out of position. Immortals willing to let a little damage on their shields be taken, but oh, this is actually a good surround by Hephaestus. He's gonna get, I think he's gonna get that Immortal. Yeah, he got 1 Immortal out of that, and a couple of sentries have fallen. Will 1 more? Yes, 1 more does. And after the Roach fires the killing shot, it dies. And one of these Immortals is almost out of shields. Queen does fall, unfortunately. That's going to sap his production just a teensy bit. And to hold here, Hef is going to have to pull drones. He's going to have to put them into combat mode. And hold up, we got a beautiful surround by the Roaches. Not a good engagement for DesRow, not the best anyway. Here we go. Drones finally being pulled just a teeny bit late, in my opinion. Zealots being warped in to kind of deal with those, but here it is. The main force of DesRow is actually completely surrounded. There's only 1 Immortal left. It's being targeted down, and it falls. Now we got Roaches and Zealots. Roaches going against Zealots, Sentries, and Stalkers. There's only enough energy to almost throw out 1 force field. Basically, we have the main army of DesRow being completely annihilated. It was not without any really... It was not without repercussions for Hephaestus. He did actually lose quite a few drones there, 14. And that puts him at about even drone count with his Protoss opponent. His main focus now, which should be basically, of course, taking care of this Warp Prism and getting out as many offensive units for immediate retaliation if he can. Drones going back onto the 2nd mineral line, or excuse me, the 3rd mineral line, and will they fall? Ooh, beautiful micro by DesRow. He does manage to get 2 more two more drone kills, but of course, what's 2 to 20 in terms of production, or in terms of losses? Just a bit of a way of, I don't know, being sarcastic and stating, okay, well, this is what he did while he, to kind of make up for the loss of his army, But, of course, if you look at what happened there, hold on, did a few more probes? No more drones died, they just turned into extractors, my mistake. So yeah. There we go. Warp Prism is headed back to base, and these Roaches over here are just checking to make sure that there's no 3rd. And oops, oh my god, I'm sorry guys, I hit the back button by accident. I actually wanted to hit the V button. Here we go. And this is what they see. Yep. Alright, so here we go. Basically, I don't know, I guess this is eXeHephaistas' second attempt at pushing out. It's not a bad time to do it. He's just under 30 supply, deficient of that his opponent. That did just change with this huge production wave that we see. And now we see eXeHephaistas actually throwing Hydras into the mix. Interestingly enough, he has an infestation pit, but he didn't choose to go the infestor route. I'm not entirely sure why. But there it is, the Hydraless Den, Groove Spines being researched, +1 missile attacks on the way for eXeHephaistas. And I mean, like with the Hydras in the mix, that's really gonna make a huge difference. If the Roaches are just in front to tank, the Hydras can sit comfortably from behind, just kind of arching, shooting, and there it is. eXeHephaistas says wave number 2. Oh, and with the fall of that creep tumor, eXeHephaistas just gave away his present position. There is an observer in the mix, so basically, if eXeHephaistas had Burrow or anything like that, which he does not, then it would be useless. Hold up, beautiful force fields going down. 3 Immortals in the mix, they're way in back, and they are trying to kill as many Roaches way up front as they can. The only problem with this composition from eXeHephaistas is that basically the Immortals are way back here. Creep Tumor's being killed. eXeHephaistas wants control of the map and to kind of contain his opponent. That's not, I don't know how many force fields are left. Just a handful. Here we go. This is it. The question is eXeHephaistas going to be able to just keep going from here? A handful of Hydras up here just killed the Warp Prism. That means reinforcements are cut off for now. And the last 3 Immortals are here. One of them has just lost its shields. There's nothing but Hydras here, so Immortals versus Hydras are not the best units to go with. And the Hydras are just taking down everything that we see from eXeHephaistas. Supply discrepancy is 73 to 133. And with that, eXeHephaistas throws out the GG. Honestly, this is a pretty good play by eXeHephaistas. I think he was actually going for the infestation pit with the intentions of teching up the hive, but then he saw, oh wait, this guy didn't take a third. Okay, well, I'm just going to try and overpower him with what units I have right now, which was not a bad idea. It actually worked really well. The Hydras are the last units standing at the end of this fight. A lot of them have a few kills, 2 kills, 2 kills, 2 kills, and they have +1 missile attacks, which really helped out eXeHephaistas. Especially versus the Immortals. They're basically like, it's almost like using Marines versus Immortals. Immortals are basically useless against 10 or more, a good number of Marines or a good deal of Hydras, because Marines and Hydras are not heavily armored units. So you definitely, I mean, if it was just pure Immortals that we saw coming from eXeHephaistas, then, hands down Hydras would definitely, a pure Hydra composition, or a pure Ling composition would actually be a good idea. Alright, so that's about it. The reason why he didn't go with straight up Lings was because there were too many sentries, and Hydras actually outrange sentries and Immortals. So basically they're adding to the DPS. It helps out just that little bit more. So that's basically high level play, basically what I took from it, and that's it. If you guys like what you saw today, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button on my channel. I'll be casting some big tournaments in the near future. I'll be casting the IEM World Championships in Chinese, and I also have some arrangements with the Handsome Nerd. So yeah, go ahead and just hit the follow button on my YouTube channel. This is Breaker. Thanks for watching. Good game.